Hey everyone, welcome back to Tech Talk 2025. I'm Isabella, your resident coder who still accidentally pushes her API keys to GitHub. Oops, don't tell my boss.
And I'm James, the guy who saves Isabella by adding .env to her Gitignore. Also guilty of naming every variable stuff and hoping for the best. This is the podcast where we dive into the chaotic, exciting, and sometimes absurd world of software engineering in 2025.
That's right, just two devs trying to keep up with the tech rollercoaster. Today we've got a packed episode. We're talking AI tools that make coding feel like magic, the journey of learning to code now versus 5 years ago, and some super practical tips for non-native English speakers killing it in remote tech jobs.
Plus, we'll cover how to write the perfect AI prompt, the awesomeness of AI-powered code assistants like GitHub Copilot, and how AI is transforming debugging and documentation. And, yeah, we'll probably sneak in some terrible coding puns. It's kind of our brand.
No shame in our pun game. Big shout out to our listeners. You're the real heroes, whether you're coding in a noisy cafe, debugging at midnight, or just vibing with us on your commute. Smash that follow button on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and let's get rolling.
All right, Isabella, let's kick it off with AI tools. It's 2025 and AI is basically our coding fairy godmother. How are these tools changing your day-to-day as a developer?
Oh, James, they're a total lifesaver. AI tools are like having a brilliant coworker who never takes a lunch break. Take GitHub Copilot. It's like, I'm halfway through a React component and it's like, yo, Isabella, here's the state hook you need. And it's spot on. I'm like, are you psychic?
Ha ha ha, it's almost creepy. I was working on a Python script last week, and Copilot just dropped an entire function for parsing CSV files. I was like, did you read my mind or my sprint backlog?
Right? It's not just about writing code faster though. AI helps me get code. Like I'll paste some cryptic open source code into Claude, and it'll break it down like, okay, Isabella, this function does X, but it's messy because of Y. It's like a patient TA who never rolls their eyes.
Oh, the explain this code feature is gold. I had a teammate send me a 300-line method that was basically a war crime. I ran it through an AI tool, and it gave me a plain English summary and a refactor suggestion. I looked like a code review wizard.
Look at you flexing. But for real, AI's also clutch for brainstorming. I was designing a microservices setup for a client, and I used an AI tool to generate a few architectures. They weren't perfect, but they gave me a starting point to riff on.
That's the beauty. AI's like a creative buddy. It's not here to steal your job, it's like, here's a rough draft, now make it dope. Plus, it's killing the boring stuff. Writing unit tests? Copilot spits out the skeleton in seconds, and I just fill in the gaps.
Unit tests are my kryptonite. But yeah, AI frees us up for the good stuff, like solving actual problems or, sneaking in a Mario Kart break.
Priorities, Isabella. Okay, but can we talk about when AI gets too enthusiastic? I was writing a basic for loop, and Copilot was like, how about a functional reduce with a closure? And I'm like, chill, I'm just counting to 5.
Ha ha ha, it's like an eager intern. Let's rewrite this in Haskell. Meanwhile, I'm like, this is a landing page, calm down. But the time AI saves is unreal. Listeners, AI tools are your coding cheat code in 2025. Stay tuned because next we're diving into learning to code today versus 5 years ago. It's a wild ride. So, James, we both started coding back when Stack Overflow was our only lifeline, and RTFM was the default response. Learning to code in 2025 is like going from a typewriter to a neural implant. What's the biggest difference you've noticed?
Oh, hands down, it's the sheer access. In 2020, you were stuck with janky tutorials, half-baked YouTube series, and Stack Overflow threads where someone always said, just use Bootstrap. Now, You've got AI-powered learning platforms, browser-based IDEs like Replit, and tools that guide you like a GPS.
Yup. I remember spending days in 2020 trying to set up a local dev environment. I'd install Python, break my path, and cry into my keyboard. Now, you can build a full-stack app in Codespaces or Replit without touching your terminal. It's like coding with training wheels.
Haha, been there. Another big one is AI tutors. I was helping my nephew learn Python, and he was tripping over list comprehensions. I showed him how to ask Claude for a simple explanation, and it gave him an analogy about sorting Pokemon cards. He was like, "Okay, I'm in."
Pokemon analogies? I need that in my life. The community's also way better now. In 2020, you had to dig through Reddit or Discord for help. Now, platforms like dev.to or AI-moderated forums will answer your question and link you to the right docs. It's like a 24/7 study buddy.
True, but coding's still hard. The difference is the walls feel less like concrete and more like pillows? Like you can push through. In 2020, I'd get stuck on a bug for a week because I didn't know what to Google. Now, AI can explain the error and suggest a fix.
Pillow walls, love it. Boot camps have leveled up too. In 2020, some were straight up scams with outdated curriculums. Now, places like Codecademy or Free Code Camp use AI to customize your path. They're like, "Hey Isabella, you're struggling with async await. Try this project."
Async await still gives me nightmares. But yeah, building a portfolio is so much easier now. AI can generate project ideas, scaffold code, even mock APIs. I built a blog in 2020 and it took a month. My nephew built a cooler one in a weekend with AI tools.
Imposter syndrome's still real though. I remember thinking I'd never get coding, but now you can build something real in hours, and that's huge for motivation. My advice? Build something fun, like a trivia bot, and lean into the community.
Trivia bot, I'm stealing that. New coders, you've got better tools than we ever did. Embrace them, fail fast, and keep going. Next, we're sharing tips for non-native English speakers to shine in remote tech jobs. Don't touch that dial. All right, Isabella, this segment's huge. Remote tech jobs are all about communication, and for non-native English speakers, that can feel daunting. As someone who's navigated this, what's your advice?
Totally. As a non-native speaker, I was so nervous about my accent or picking the wrong word in a meeting. Tip 1. Own your voice. Your accent is part of you, and it's awesome. Focus on clarity, not perfection. I used to practice presentations like crazy, but now I just focus on getting my point across.
That's so real. I've worked with non-native speakers who are technical rock stars, but language can make them doubt themselves. Clarity over everything. What's next?
Tip 2. Use AI to polish your communication. Grammarly and Notion AI are my jam. I'll draft a Slack message, run it through Grammarly, and it catches stuff like, "Isabella, you mixed up affect and effect again." Notion AI can even make your email sound more professional for client work.
Love that. I've seen devs use DeepL for translations, like write your thoughts in your native language, say Mandarin, then translate to English. It's super accurate and keeps the nuance.
DeepL's a godsend. Tip 3. Nail async communication. Remote work lives on written updates, Jira tickets, PRs, Slack threads. Keep it short and structured. I use templates like problem, solution, next steps. It's clear and makes you look organized.
Bullet points are my love language. Tip 4. Practice on video calls. Zoom can be scary, but it's a great way to build confidence. Start small. Unmute to ask, "Can you clarify?" Or, "I have a thought." Prep a few phrases, and it gets easier.
Solid. Tip 5. Find a language buddy. I had a co-worker who was also non-native, and we'd do weekly English practice calls to chat about tech or life. It was low stakes, and we'd gently correct each other. It helped me stop overthinking my words.
That's so wholesome. One more. Consume English tech content. Podcasts like ours, YouTube tutorials, or Twitter threads from devs. It's a fun way to learn the lingo. Like, you'll figure out LGTM means looks good to me, not some crypto scam.
Haha. I googled LGTM my first week. Non-native speakers, you bring unique perspectives and mad skills. Don't let language stop you. Use the tools, practice a bit every day, and you'll be leading meetings in no time. Next, we're talking how to write killer AI prompts. Get ready.
Okay, Isabella. This is where the rubber meets the road. AI tools are only as good as your prompts. I learned this when I asked an AI to write a function and got a 700-line disaster that did nothing useful.
Ha ha ha. Rookie move. Writing a good prompt is like giving clear directions to someone who's navigationally challenged. You gotta be specific, but not overdo it. What's your prompt hack?
I've got a formula. Context plus task plus constraints plus tone. Like, instead of write code, I'll say, you're a senior Python dev. Write a function to sort a list of objects by date. Keep it under 20 lines, use type hints, and explain it in a friendly tone. Boom. Clean, useful output.
That's money. I love the role part, like act as an expert React dev. It's like, okay, AI, put on your big kid pants. My tip, iterate. If the output's not quite right, tweak the prompt, like add, include error handling, or use hooks.
Iteration's key. Also, ditch vague words like good. If I want a UI, I'll say, design a Tailwind CSS button with a red gradient, rounded edges, and a hover effect. Details keep the AI from giving me a lime green atrocity.
Haha, lime green buttons are a crime. I like chaining prompts, like I'll ask, list features for a note-taking app. Then I'll take that and say, now write a Flask API for those features. It's like building a puzzle piece by piece.
Smart. Oh, and examples are clutch. If I want a specific format, I'll paste a sample like, write a README like this. AI nails the structure every time.
Yup, it's pattern obsessed. One more, ask for options, like, give me 3 ways to solve this algorithm with pros and cons. It's like getting a mini code review from the AI.
Stealing that. Listeners, treat AI like a collaborator. Be clear, give context, and practice your prompts. It's a skill you'll get better at. Coming up, we're diving into AI-powered code assistants like GitHub Copilot. They're basically coding superheroes.
James, we teased GitHub Copilot earlier, but let's give it the spotlight. How's Copilot, or other assistants like Cursor or Tab9, changing your coding game?
Copilot's my coding wingman. I was working on a Django app typed JAS view to fetch user orders, and it wrote the entire view, query set, serialization, everything. I was like, okay, are you trying to take my job?
It's wild how it gets context. I've been using Cursor and it's next level. It doesn't just suggest code, it refactors files, writes commit messages, and suggests optimizations. I'm like, are you my new tech lead?
Haha, don't give it ideas. Copilot's built on Codex, trained on a zillion repos, so it's like, oh, you're writing a Spring Boot controller? Here's a service layer to match. It's not perfect. Sometimes it suggests nonsense and you're like, nice try, buddy.
Yup, you gotta stay sharp. My rule, review Copilot's suggestions like it's a junior dev's PR, but when it's good, it's good. I had it generate a REST API spec from a description, and it saved me hours of typing.
It's awesome for multi-language projects too. I was juggling a TypeScript front-end and a Rust back-end, and Copilot just switched gears like, here's a React component, and here's a rocket route. No sweat.
Love that. It's also great for exploring. Like I'll ask, how can I animate this modal? And it'll suggest a slick CSS keyframe. It's like a creative spark when I'm stuck.
Totally. And it's a learning tool. If I'm trying a new framework, I'll start typing. and Copilot suggests idiomatic code. It's like, oh, that's how you do middleware in Next.js. Just don't copy-paste blindly, or you'll break prod and cry.
Haha. AI made me do it won't fly. Copilot's a tool, not a god. Use it to boost your flow, but keep your brain in the driver's seat. Next, AI for debugging and error fixing, because bugs are the worst.
Isabella, debugging is the dark side of coding. 1 minute you're a genius, the next you're staring at null pointer exception like it's mocking you. How's AI helping you slay bugs?
Debugging used to make me question my career, but tools like Bugsnag or Sentry are like bug hunting ninjas. Bugsnag caught a race condition in our app, gave me the stack trace, user context, and even pointed to the culprit, a bad async call. Fixed it in 20 minutes.
That's clutch. I use Sentry, and it's similar. Real-time errors with all the context. But AI's getting wild with predictive debugging. I had a VS Code plugin flag a potential deadlock in my Node.js code before it crashed. It was like, James, this could blow up under load. Felt like I was in Black Mirror.
Haha, bug foresight. I'm loving AI log analysis too. Tools like LogRocket or Datadog use AI to sift through logs and pinpoint the exact failure. Like, this 500 error happened because someone sent a string instead of a number. No more scrolling through endless logs.
Log scrolling is soul-crushing. AI's also great at explaining errors. I had a type error, undefined is not a function in JavaScript, pasted the stack trace into Claude, and it was like, this happens because your callback might be undefined. Add a check here. Like having a senior dev on speed dial.
Yes, Copilot helps with debugging too. I'll comment, by saying getting a 404 on this endpoint, and it'll suggest checking the root or validating the URL. It's not always right, but it's a great starting point.
Okay, but sometimes these tools go overboard. Sentry once spammed me with 75 alerts for the same error, and I was like, I get it, I broke it. You gotta tune those notifications or you'll drown.
Ha ha ha, notification fatigue is real. My tip, set up filters in your error tracker. Only ping for critical stuff like crashes. But yeah, AI debugging tools are saving us so much time. We can actually build features instead of playing bug whack-a-mole. One last segment, AI for documentation. Because docs are the chore we all dodge. James, real talk. How many times have you pushed code to prod and forgot the docs?
My Jira tickets have a lot of docs pending in them, but AI is saving me. Notion AI or Coda's AI assistant turns my chaotic notes into actual docs. I'll dump a bunch of bullets into Notion, and it organizes them into sections, adds headers, and even throws in examples.
Notion AI is my hero. I was documenting an API typed generate docs for a GraphQL API with user and post queries, and it gave me a full template, descriptions, examples, error codes. I tweaked it, and done in an hour instead of a day.
That's the dream. AI also makes knowledge bases searchable. My team's on Confluence, and the AI search finds stuff even when I'm vague, like that auth thing from last sprint. It's like a mind reader.
Haha. That thing is my favourite term. Tetra's another gem. It's a wiki where AI flags outdated docs. Like, this mentions Ruby 2.7 but you're on 3.2. Keeps things fresh without me playing doc cop.
Okay, but AI makes docs less painful. I had Notion AI write a quick start guide for my project, and it added a joke. If you see this error, don't panic. It's just the code saying hi. My team actually read it for once.
Engaging docs? That's witchcraft. My tip, use AI for a draft, then add your personality. Docs don't have to be boring. Throw in a meme or a pun. For code, tools like Swagger auto-generate API specs, and AI polishes the descriptions.
Swagger's a lifesaver. All right, Isabella, we've covered a ton. AI is our coding superpower. Writing, debugging, documenting, and helping us communicate like pros. Final thoughts?
Just that tech in 2025 is wild but empowering. Whether you're a newbie, a non-native speaker, or a seasoned dev, these AI tools are here to make you better. Play with them, mess up, and keep growing.
Swagger's a lifesaver. Alright, Isabella, we've covered a ton. AI's our coding superpower, writing, debugging, documenting, and helping us communicate like pros.